All right, what's up, guys? We're here at the shop working on the 86 again. Today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the TRD spark plug wires. We're also going to be replacing the seals inside the distributor, and we have a brand new OEM cap and rotor that we're going to do. The reason why I want to do this is because the other day when I pulled off the distributor cap, I did notice that there was some oil leaking from the distributor, so we're going to go ahead and rebuild that. So I'll show you how we do it step by step. All right, guys, so the first thing we want to do before anything is we want to set the engine to top dead center. In order to do that, we're going to have to remove this snorkel in order to gain access to the crank pulley bolt. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and then now, as you can see, we do have access, well, a little bit more access to the crank pulley, which is right down in there. So before we do that, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove the top timing belt cover just so we can see and confirm that everything is on top dead center. All right, guys, now that we got the cover off, you can see the cam sprockets here, and we can easily see the timing marks here. So these timing marks must be aligned with the marks that are on the backing plate. And that's how we can confirm that the engine is indeed in top dead center. There is another mark down there where the crankshaft is. It's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to see if I can get a light so that I can show you guys. All right, guys, so I have everything aligned up to top dead center. I don't know if you can see, but there's the timing mark on the bottom. So there is a way that you can see if it's on top dead center. There is a notch on the camshaft that I'll show you in a second. I just like to do it this way. It's a lot easier for me to confirm that the engine is indeed in top dead center, and it's very important that you do this before removing the distributor. Otherwise, it's going to be a real pain in the butt trying to get that guy back in. All right, guys, so with the oil cap off, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little notch right there on the camshaft, and what you want to do is you want to get that aligned to the camshaft cover here, the valve cover, and when that is lined up, you're on top dead center. But like I said, I kind of like it to do it this way, remove the cover. It's not that much more work, and I think it's a lot easier, especially if you have trouble like seeing that notch. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull the distributor out. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the spark plug wires as well as the distributor cap cover here. And next, what I'll do is I'll remove the distributor cap. The distributor cap is just held on with two 8mm bolts. So this is the distributor cap that came off, and you could see the oil that's on there. So that's why I'm replacing all the seals on this distributor. All right, guys, what I like to do here is I like to mark the distributor as well as the rotor. Um, that way, when we go to reinstall this, it's a lot easier. You don't have to worry about the distributor turning on you or anything like that. As long as you have everything marked and lined up correctly, when you put it back in, it should fire right up. So we're just gonna disconnect the electrical connectors on the distributor. There's one that goes to the ignition coil and igniter, and there's another one that goes to the engine harness. All right, now it's just two 12 millimeter bolts that you need to loosen up, and the distributor should come right out. There we go. All right, guys, the next step here is we will remove all the electrical components from the distributor. And to do that, we will be using this JIS screwdriver. It's very important to use the JIS screwdriver for this. The screws inside here are not Phillips. And if you try to use the Phillips, you're going to end up stripping them out. All right, so we have the distributor in the vise, and now we're going to punch out the clip. So here we go. We have the clip pushed out. All right, just with a couple of light taps, we were able to get the sprocket off. And now we can go ahead and remove the shaft from the distributor, which is held on by these two JIS bolts. Now we can go ahead and then pull out the distributor shaft assembly. And there's the seal that we want to replace. So now we're just going to go ahead and push out the seal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to push it from the inside of it to push it out. There you go. So we're just going to go ahead and install the new seal. I have a little bit of lubrication on the outside edge of it, just so we, for easier installation. And it should go in relatively easy. You shouldn't need a press or anything like that. It should simply go in with your hand. Now I'm going to put the shaft back in. So we have the distributor in the vise, and we're going to go ahead and reinstall the shaft assembly on it. We're going to make sure that the lip of the seal does not get damaged when installing the shaft. Now we're gonna reinstall the retaining bolts that hold the shaft in place. Now what these do, they just keep the bearing in place. There's no torque setting or anything like that, so you don't need to worry about it. Just snug them down and you should be good. There we go. All right, we're going to reinstall the sprocket onto the shaft. Now for this one, you might take a couple of light taps with a mallet. There you go, we got everything lined up, ready for the pin. Now I'm going to use the press to push the pin in. Or I'm sorry, vise. So there we go, we have the pin pushed in, even on both sides. Let's go ahead and put this distributor back together. All right, we got the distributor back in the vise. Just to make it easier for me to install the electrical components, let's go ahead and do that. All right, now that we have all the electrical components back in, we're just gonna replace the outer seal, which is the easiest thing to do. Now I'm not actually using the O-rings that came with the K-Box kit. These O-rings are Toyota OEM. And we're all set to go, guys. All right, guys, let's go ahead and throw this distributor back in. We got everything installed and ready to go. I'm gonna leave the old distributor rotor on just because it has the alignment mark on there. And once we have it installed, I'll go ahead and change the distributor rotor. But for now, let's put it in as is. Let's go ahead and install the brand new OEM distributor rotor. All right, let's go ahead and install the wire set. All right, so we're all set to go. Let's give it a startup and see if it starts. All right, guys, started up first try. Everything's looking good. All we have to do now is set the ignition timing and we're all set. All right, guys, so we're pretty much finished here with the job. I really, really like the way the TRD wires look compared to what I had on there before. I believe I had the NGKs on, and while the NGKs work great, the blue does not. It just clashes with the engine bay, I think. But these TRD red ones, they look really, really nice. I think now I want to get rid of the red valve cover. Maybe go for a more OEM look. I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe powder coat. Anyways, yeah. So everything looks good. Took it for a test drive already and runs fine. See you guys in the next video.